Colonel Larry Bates.
Thank you, Jim. Paul, on behalf of your avid race car fans here in the Richmond area, and there are many, many of them, most of them come here that are members of the Air Force Reserve 459th Military Airlift Wing. They know what teamwork and dedication is all about, as your team does also. In appreciation for all you've done, and on behalf of thousands of Air Force reservists around the country, we salute you and present you with this award. The Commander's Performance Award to Paul Sawyer, President, Richmond Fairground Raceway, 11 September 1988.
Thank you, Colonel.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Sawyer. Paul Sawyer, 72 years of age. Spent $4 million. Spent the last 20 years dreaming of building this facility. He's pulled it off, and he'll stick his finger right in your chest and say, you come back in 10 or 15 years, we get another 20,000 seats in here and get all the paving down, and we have seats for 75 or 80. I'll show you what I can do in the next 10 years or so. What a spirit that man has. Here we are, ready for a restart. In car number 31, Butch Miller, the surprise out here in the Bob Clark car, coming to the line, leading Dale Earnhardt in second, Bill Elliott in third, Sterling Marlin in fourth, and the Junior Johnson car, Terry Labonte, is in pit spot, back to turn number one, up on the 14-degree banking, into that back straightaway. It's plenty flat, just about 2 degrees back there. Storming, and 44, Marlin is off the pace immediately.
Sterling lost it real bad going in through. He must have a tire going down because he shot up to the wall and came down slowly.
And car number 31, Butch Miller, falls back. We have a new leader. Car number 3, Earnhardt goes in front as Miller skidded and came almost into the wall. Up in turn number 4, we find Miller looking up from third spot now with car number 3 in front. And here's number 21, Kyle Petty, on the inside, still trying to get that lap back. Getting 1 lap back is Jeff Bodine. Sandwiched in all of that is car number 9, Bill Elliott. There's Elliott down on the inside, working hard in the red car. Number 57 is Morgan Shepherd. He'd like to get a lap back here in his new mount.
Jeff Bodine's car looks like it didn't hurt it too bad with the accident, because he's certainly running well in front of good cars. He has gotten 1 lap back and has been able to hold the leaders behind him.
Mike Alexander in the Bobby Allison number 12 car started 13th on the restart. He's cutting a caper through traffic out here. Good traffic driver. He continues to work the outside groove at this time. Meanwhile, Earnhardt is first. Elliott is second. Bobby Hillen in the other Stavola Brothers car is in third. Falling to fourth is Butch Miller. Here comes Waltrip moving up through as well in the number 17 car for fifth spot. And you see that shuffle up in front, lap cars sandwiched in there, the 21 and the 57. The leader, the black number 3, Dale Earnhardt, who has persevered. There have been 5 what they call short track races this year. He's won 2 of them. And he's been in the top 10 in 4 of them. And there's Bill Elliott, who's been looking really strong this year on the short tracks as opposed to some other years when he said this wasn't his best suit. Really changed things around there.
Guys, watch how Dale Earnhardt handles this racetrack. In late qualifying yesterday afternoon, Dale Earnhardt could run higher on these 14-degree bank turns than anybody. He deliberately went out to see where his car worked best on the racetrack, but more important, to see where he could go with it on this totally unknown surface if he had to, in order to get to the front of this pack when they changed from the Hoosier to Goodyear tires, and to hold it once he got there. I expect we're going to see Dale Earnhardt out front for quite a while.
Here he is trying to get back up on Bodine. Lap down. Thank you, Bob Marcia. 3 lead changes among 4 drivers with now 54 laps complete.
Well, I talked with Dale Earnhardt last night, and his car's been pushing a little bit, and that's why he lets the car run up a little higher like that. And he had problems blistering right front Hoosier tires, where he usually destroys right rears being so aggressive. So the racetrack is pushing to him a little bit.
There you see Earnhardt trying to put a lap on Bodine.
He loves to get close to Bodine. Watch these 2 guys.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Bodine loose up there in turn 2.
You think Earnhardt enjoys this? Watch him. Watch him. If he can get up there in Darth Vader, watch this. Watch this. He just loves to try to intimidate Jeff. I mean, for some reason, ever since they've been together, and they both race hard door to door, Jeff doesn't back off a bit. Jeff sees it. Watch him. See him slide up and touch him? They love to race each other. Neither one of them will back down an inch.
Still even. Remember that Bodine is not racing for position. Earnhardt is in the lead, with Bill Elliott in second. Earnhardt clear of the lap car. Butch Miller in the number 31 car has come back into third, and he's brought Darrell Waltrip in the number 17 with him into fourth. Bobby Hillin now fifth. Terry Labonte sixth, and Phil Parsons in seventh. Dale Earnhardt out in front. We asked Dale what kind of a guy is going to win here at Richmond today.
I don't know, really. It's going to be, you know, a learning process for everybody. I think consistency is going to be the key. The tire situation is going to be a little bit of a problem to start with. Hoosier's a little bit faster tire right out the bat, but Goodyear seems to be more consistent. So, you know, we're going to try to race the Goodyears and see what happens there. But I think you just got to run a smooth, consistent race and stay out of trouble and, you know, see what happens.
Well, that's Mr. Consistent on the short tracks talking right there, Dale Earnhardt. I think you called it, Johnny Hayes. We scrambled this starting order, and I hope the fans can appreciate it. It was an unprecedented day in Winston Cup racing when so many of these drivers moved to the back of the field to change tires. Johnny called it. He said age and experience is going to be the key to getting to the front. I think there may be one other factor. With Earnhardt, the third-ranked driver, and Elliott, the point leader, running 1-2 on the racetrack, when Rusty Wallace went out of this race, it was like throwing a T-bone steak in front of a couple of junkyard dogs. Those guys knew this was their opportunity to run up there and grab command of the point lead for Elliott. For Earnhardt, the opportunity to make up a fairly good-sized deficit and get right into the thick of the battle. That's what brought those guys to the front. Experience and motivation, and you see them running 1-2.
Let's take a little further back in the field now to watch car number 17, Darrell Waltrip, who has pulled away. He's running up on a lap car, Morgan Shepherd. He had a good battle for about 3 laps with Butch Miller and then drove away from him. And now the story is the man who is in number 11, Terry Labonte, right behind Waltrip, closing in on Waltrip. And Alan Kowicki is behind Labonte. He is making a great move. You see him back there in the car, number 7. And from Alan Kowicki's vantage point, what's going on directly in front of him. Terry Labonte in the number 11 and the 17 in there. Butch Miller's 31 sliding back a bit after having a very good run for about 20 laps. Alan Kowicki coming down the main straightaway before 53,000 fans. Sold out for a month here in Richmond on this new track. Here's Kowicki diving in low, taking the Ford underneath the Chevrolet as he's trying to pick off 4th position. Going into turn 3. Labonte trying to protect the inside. There's that 4th turn wall they are all so worried about. He just stares at it. Somebody just touched you last lap at 113 miles an hour. And here comes Kowicki again on the inside. This struggle going on for the 4th position in the race. That's what it looks like from the exterior, and from the interior of Alan Kowicki's Xerox car, you see him making another press down across the start-finish line, under the flag stand, into turn 1, around the lap car. Kyle Petty really dropping off down here. Here's turn 2. That seems to be where the Ford is tracking. You can see the Chevrolet a little loose up on the outside.
Well, the Ford works real good in a certain RPM range, from, you know, like from 6,000 to 7,000. The Ford pulls real good, and they feel like that's going to be an advantage at this racetrack because the most time spent in that range. But Alan Kowicki is a smooth race car driver. He's a very intelligent race car driver. He's going to take care of the car, try to see if it will work, but he's going to try to be there at the end. Sort of like Bill Elliott. He's running Dale Earnhardt down, but he's just one of the smoothest guys in racing. And they're trying to take care of their race cars because people are smoking, tires, cars are going in all different directions. There's all kinds of trouble with cars now.
66 laps complete, and there is car number 7 on the inside. Kowicki's Ford up against the Junior Johnson Chevrolet in the back straightaway. Even down into turn number 3. Let's see who gives here. Head on toward that wall, that one they don't like. Entering turn number 4, Alan Kowicki has the line, but that Chevrolet is the RPM build up on the outside. Kowicki perseveres. Alan Kowicki in car number 7 taking over in 4th. Bobby Hillin is pitting. Ken Schrader is pitting. Car number 32, Lee Falk, is in. That car that we thought was off the pace was not the